But Lachlan, where am I going to find the time? And this becomes a real question. It becomes a really big and tough question around chasing greatness. And don't get me wrong, I completely understand it. I thought that I was the same. I thought that I was like, well, there's no more time. It was my rallying cry. It was my greatest defender, my biggest excuse of why I couldn't do this stuff, of why I couldn't undertake something so great, so full on. Because where would I find the time? Where would I possibly get that time? And the question becomes, well, how are you utilizing that time? How time poor are you, really? You know, as a father, as a husband, as a business owner, there are a lot of hats. There are a lot of roles that you are juggling within that. So where are you possibly going to find the time? And the question becomes, well, what are you actually utilizing your time for? What are you actually devoting that time to? If we clocked it out, how time poor are you? How much time are you wasting on things that, well, don't truly fucking matter? Like, if we looked at your phone, how many hours a day are you clocking on your phone? How many hours is it used on social media? You know, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it might be. How much are you messaging people? How much time are you utilizing on that? How much TV do you watch? How much time are you spending on things that do not bring value? And I will put within this, there are definitively some people who do not have time. I know some people who are working 14-hour shifts and then commuting or doing, massive days like that. Yeah, probably you are the exception to the rule. But for the majority of people, especially as business owners, entrepreneurs, things like this, you have time. You're choosing how you utilize that time. And my question would be, how valuable is that? And even if we're talking, well, you say, well, I need to earn more money. I need to make more money. I feel you on that. I understand that one completely. But you will inherently make more money by looking after yourself, by being in great shape. Things will get better. Things will improve. You'll earn more money. You'll show up better. You'll show up with more confidence. You become a man of your word, you will make more money. Unquestionably. There is something about a man who is in great shape. There is something about a man who commits to doing uncomfortable things every single day. There's something about a man who chooses actively to push himself as hard as he can to chase his greatness daily. That he shows up differently. He shows up in meetings, he shows up in sales, he shows up in crunch time differently. And the world responds differently to him. It's the same concept as people who are more attractive or taller earn more money. Statistically speaking, if you're attractive, tall, and in great fucking shape, you will earn more money than potentially people who are more skilled than you. This is a cruel, cruel reality of life. They are better at sales, they are better at getting promotions, they are better at getting their foot in the door. Now, you can't control how good looking you are. Not everybody can be this dashingly handsome. You can't control how tall you are. Bane of my fucking existence. Just if you couldn't tell, those are fucking jokes, by the way. But you can control how fit you are. You can control your physique. You can control how hard you work. You can control how you nourish your body. You can control these things, and you can influence how great your life is and how the world responds to you through these choices, through taking responsibility of these actions. You can. And you can lead your best life. And I know as a business owner, when you have to wear every hat and you have 1,001 jobs and that list never seems to end, that to devote an hour and a half a day to exercise, 45 minutes in the form of lifting weights and 45 minutes in the form of a weighted walk, that seems astronomical. And yet, I think you'll be more productive. And yet, I think you'll show up better. And yet, especially if you utilize that weighted walk correctly, you'll come in clearer, more focused, more dialed in, more driven, more ready to do what needs to be done. It's not taking away time and wasting it. It's taking away time to multiply the time that you utilize. It's the same concept of, and look, this might just be my ADHD brain talking, but I have seen it in most people, that if I give you a month to get this task done, it'll take you a month. If I give you an hour, it'll take you an hour. There is also a level of your productivity will expand astronomically by the fact of, well, you have more shit to get done. That more is required of you. That more needs to be blocked out and dedicated to. But that's a benefit. The less time I have, the more productive I get, the more effective I get. You know, I often find the days when I have the most freedom are the days where I get to halfway through and I'm like, what the fuck have I done with my day? Because you lose track of it. But we need to start honestly evaluating our time. Honestly evaluating whether the use of that time on that thing is going to be of best value, is going to bring you most bang for your buck. That's why I've chosen the 5 principles that I have for chasing greatness. Because it's about delivering the most bang for your buck. And that's not just on the physical level, though it's going to completely transform your physique like you wouldn't fucking believe. But also on the mental level, on the discipline level, on the focus level, on the mental fortitude level, on developing the skills that transfer into every area of your life. They're the skills you need to become a successful business owner, to become a successful man, to show up as the best father. It teaches you grit and determination and discipline over a long period of time. That momentum and compounding effect of the choices you make now. That it isn't the macro decisions, the massive ones, the big choices. No, it's the little micro ones. It's the daily choices made over and over and over and over again. That it's about fucking stacking wins, not just showing up and making one big swing for the fences. You know, if you're into baseball, it's like getting on base versus hitting home runs. Yeah, you're still going to hit some home runs, but if you get on base every time you're out there, well, that's a bigger win. That's what we want, and those stack up into massive things. You can't swing for the fences until you've, built up the resume that you're able to swing for the fences. It comes from stacking those wins over and over and over again. And I do firmly believe that this is, a lost art. Something that we need to learn again. That leading your best life, living a successful life, and living a fulfilled life requires effort. It requires focus. It requires dedication. It requires overcoming obstacles. It requires doing things that are fucking difficult. Doing things that you didn't think were possible. And then completing them. The satisfaction of life doesn't come from winning all the time. It comes from winning when you didn't think you can. You know, in sports, and I've had those seasons where we never lost a game. That was fun. It is. And that championship was nice. But the ones where we battled, the ones where we weren't certain of the outcome, the ones where everything was on the line and we had to find another level, we had to show our grit, we had to show our worth, we had to show that we were worthy of this. Those ones, they're the ones I remember. They're the ones that mattered. They're the ones that stick with you. Yeah, winning's nice, but leveling up and winning at things that you shouldn't be able to win at, nah, that's a different feeling. And you can build that through fitness. This is about ambitious men building discipline through fitness. That's what chasing greatness is. But you have to build the discipline, you have to build the skill and the muscle, not the physical muscles, the mental muscle of being able to overcome. And we've spoken before that this process teaches you those skills. It delivers those skills to you to be able to learn how to overcome, how to win, how to push through, how to ignore the bitch voice and listen to the boss voice. Listen to the greatest version of you. Because that little whiny bitch voice will be there when you have to get up in the morning to go do your workout. When you're grinding out those reps and it's like, oh, just stop, just rest. I don't know why the bitch voice is always super nasally, but it is. It's like, oh, just take a rest, it's fine, that's enough. No, you dig fucking deeper. You find another gear. You dig into whatever is going to push you through. Pain, shame, hatred of where you are, ideals of where you want to be, whatever will kick you up a gear to take you to that next level. You find what that thing is and you dig into that and you make it a reality and then you push forward. And the next time you've got credibility that you can do that. You've got credibility that you can find another gear. And it's the same with the weighted walks. You're pushing yourself and you get tired and that weight on your shoulders is heavy and you aren't feeling like you can continue doing it. And then you do. And then you find another gear for it. And then you find another level. And then you keep pushing. You find that you can overcome. You can find that you can shut up the bitch voice that's whispering in your ear, that resistance that is trying to derail you and prevent you from doing the things that you know you should do. That one that's trying to pull you back into your old habits, into that darkness that you're escaping. And you develop the ability to overcome, to dampen down the voice. You'll never be able to shut it up. You'll never be able to make it go away. But you can sure as shit get it to quiet down and make that boss voice, that greatest version of you voice, as loud as anything. But you don't just wake up one day with confidence. You don't just wake up one day with grit and determination. You don't just wake up one day and have these skills. No, they are developed over and over and over again. And it's a waning skill. Just because you had it before, and I know you had it before, doesn't mean you'll have it right now. But that muscle memory is there. You've just got to start utilizing it. You've got to start activating it. You've got to start getting your head in the fucking game and showing you, your family, your kids, those you work for, those you serve, that you are worthy, that you are a different man, that you are a different fucking breed. You're a rare man. You're a rare man amongst rare men. That you can get this shit done. But you're not there yet. You are not there yet, and that is okay. In fact, that is normal and acceptable. What isn't acceptable is staying there. What isn't acceptable is accepting that that is good enough. How many fucking lives have been wasted with the term good enough? No, it's not fucking good enough. You deserve better. Your children deserve better. Your wife deserves better. Everyone you serve deserves better. So act like it. Act like you are worthy of that love and adoration. Act like you are worthy of being that man, and continue to level up. Continue to reach for your greatness and not settle for good enough. And I will chuck in here, when I say quantify how you're spending your time, I'm not talking about sacrificing time with your kids. I'm not talking about sacrificing time with your wife. I'm talking about sacrificing the time on the shit that doesn't matter. Shit that doesn't provide value. Shit that doesn't actually uplift you and push you forward. I'm talking about that shit. You have time. Very rarely, and I do mean very fucking rarely, have I met anyone who doesn't have the capacity or the time to do this. They are making choices. And yes, your choices are harder. They are definitively fucking harder. Like, when I see these 20-year-olds who don't run a business, who don't have kids, who don't have a wife or partner, and they're like, we all have the same 24 hours in the day. No, we don't. We don't. We have deep level responsibilities. We have massive time constraints, and we have people who are depending on us. And I'm not downplaying that by any stretch of the imagination, nor do I think that this is an easy choice to make, but I'm saying it's a necessary choice. If you are going to be the greatest version of yourself and you are going to lead by example, it means giving up the comfort things. It means stop pushing towards easy and comfortable and start pushing towards greatness, making the hard choices to do the things that really matter. To make the choices that are going to serve you and your kids and your partner and your family and all those things. To stop wasting time on cheap dopamine things that just don't provide value. It's not easy, but it's simple as fuck, and it is necessary. It is a requirement that you figure it out, that you find a way to be the greatest version of you. And that siren song of resistance and comfort will continue to call to you. But I can guarantee you, I can fucking guarantee you, if you can figure this out, if you can take that first step into chasing greatness, everything in your life will improve. Everything in your life will get better. Every single area will look different in a very short period of time. So, if you are ready for that, if it is time for you to step the fuck up and be the man that you know you should be, then click the link in my bio. Join Chasing Greatness. Let's stop talking about it and let's start being about it. Let's stop wasting time on shit that doesn't matter and start living the life that we know we should. It's not going to be easy, but it's damn well simple. And I'll be here every step of the way to hold you there, hold you accountable, and make sure we get this shit done. So if you're ready for that, click the link in my bio and let's make that happen. And I'll talk to you again soon.